Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of The Last of Us. This is Season 2, Episode 5. I freaking loved the last episode. Getting that whole music shop scene where Ellie sings Take On Me was just beautiful. The subway station chase and just kind of like the whole sequence where Ellie tells Dina that she's immune in the theater, like all of that was brilliant. And then we are leading into the hospital this episode, so I imagine things are gonna get real intense real quick. It's gonna be a lot. Ellie, if I think we go as far as we go, we're gonna see a very dark side of Ellie today. But based on the title of the episode, it's called Feel Her Love, so we might potentially get some Seraphite, flashbacks, possibly. I don't know. Either way, I am really excited to find out. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here, hit subscribe or ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the episode and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into Season 2, Episode 5 of The Last of Us. She looks very intimidating. Ooh, basement access. You probably don't want to go down there. They literally welded it, as in no one's ever going down there again. And they're trying to keep something down there. Is this present day, or is this the past?
If it's war again, we're gonna need all the soldiers we have, so he's wondering why you apparently killed some of your own men.
Gotta sacrifice them to keep that shut.
Leon.
Leon.
The professional?
We cleared the ground floor up to the 6th. A few scattered infected here or there, nothing we couldn't handle. All that was left was the basement. Down there was where they brought the first cordyceps patients in 03.
Brother.
And?
Nothing.
Like they didn't
The
come
whole
back?
floor was empty, not even rats.
Oh.
So today, B2, hoping for more of the same, I sent another squad down, and I put Leon in charge, because
He's the professional.
he's my best. A few minutes in, he radios back. There's cordyceps on the walls, the floor. Chances are they'll find infected next, but that's what they were down there for, so I told him to proceed. 5 minutes later, he radios again. This time he was struggling to breathe. He could hardly talk.
Introducing spores.
Maybe he had been bit. I said, Leon, were you bit? He said, it's in the air.
Yeah, that's like the most significant development that could possibly happen.
We sealed them in.
Yeah.
Nothing else has gotten out. No one else has gotten sick.
Question is, are we going to kill her to keep the secret?
Hospital's a resource we can't afford to lose.
Or are we going
Well,
to treat
inform only
this
the people who
seriously?
absolutely need to know, and no one else. As far as I'm concerned, Sergeant Park, you resolved the situation permanently and heroically.
And you died down there.
We owe you a debt.
Okay, maybe we're not going to kill her.
I'm sorry about your son.
Leon was her son? Damn. If you didn't know, this is a new character. This character was not in the game. At least as they appear. I can't remember if there was a Elise in the game. Maybe she's the girl with the PSP that we knifed in the neck. But I'm not sure. using a magazine as a, a ruler.
Can I help? No. Why? Because I'm stupid?
That's not the word I would use.
Really? What word then?
Hard-headed, stubborn.
Non-school oriented.
Fuck you. I went to school. Let me help.
I mean, you barely went to school.
I'm triangulating.
You went to Fedra school.
Do you know how that works?
Yes. Triangles.
I mean, if I had a protractor, it would be a lot more accurate.
Oh, I actually brought a protractor.
You did?
No.
I'm gonna leave you alone now and go and explore the rest of this place because you're smart as fuck and you're figuring it out.
Exactly.
Ellie,
Yes?
You guys are so cute. Seeing her so, like, happy and bubbly is gonna make it so hard to watch when she just spirals. It's a big-ass theater. Go play that guitar. Go pick that guitar up and play Future Days. I'm begging you. That's pretty rad. That is legitimately dope. Future days. Future days. Come on. Yep. God. Surely lose myself. Oh, she's only playing the. Oh, just cuts it off there. Yep. She's reminded of what she just lost.
What is that long-ass building?
no clue. But it's set off from the residential area, so maybe it's a warehouse or something.
It's a big fucking something for them just to ignore. Why aren't they patrolling it?
It's a good question.
What are you gonna name it? Huh?
Baby.
Oh, if it's a girl, Ellie. If it's a boy, Elijah.
Really?
No.
What? It's a cool name.
Name it Lil Jesse Jr. Feel her love. That looks like Hanrahan. Yeah, big yikes. Big yikes.
You shouldn't have come. I shouldn't have dragged you here. You're having a fucking baby. What am I doing? Dina, do you want to go back? I'll take you back. You don't need to do this with me.
They should probably separate for story reasons.
You know, you never asked me about the first person I killed.
Dina doesn't want to be seen as a liability.
I would get so bored cooped up with my mom and sister. I would just beg them, just let me play outside. But my mom was scared and she wouldn't let me go outside alone. But one day I just fucking did. And I had a gun, so who's gonna fuck with me? How do you think this one goes?
She's angry at Ellie.
Raiders?
Just one. And then?
You got home. They were dead. He was gone.
Almost. He was still there. And when he heard me, he turned around and he looked really startled. And when I shot him, he looked more startled. Whatever reason Joel gave those people to do what they did, he didn't deserve that. And I think, what if I hadn't snuck out?
It's interesting to have Dina
What
be
if
the
my mom
angrier
and sister
one.
were beaten to death in front of me? What if that motherfucker made me watch as he did it? Would it make a difference if my family had hurt his people first? No. And if I hadn't killed him, if he had gotten away,
Would he have hurt more
I
people?
promise you, I would have hunted him down forever. Forever. I'll go back if you want. And I'll keep going if you want. There's no right answer. If I die, it's on me.
Yeah.
So
But
what do you
you're
wanna
a
do?
child.
Keep going.
I feel like I recognize this.
The searchlights are up high to scan the outside, which means there'll be no line of sight to the inside.
Good. What's the other positive?
That door's open, and nothing's come out to kill us. Yet.
Great.
Okay. Relatively safe
I'm gonna take a peek.
for the moment.
Yeah, you should do that. Because you're the one who can't get infected.
Smart. You can still get your throat ripped out, though.
Haunted but empty.
Huh. Just like us.
Okay. Fair.
Shooting has to be a last resort. Okay, because if the wolves hear gunfire, they'll have a whole army up our ass.
Fine.
Ellie,
What?
if it gets bad, and we have to make a choice between shooting or running, we run.
Last resort. You got it. Oh, you think that no matter what happens, I'm just gonna start firing?
Literally
I
every
mean,
single
maybe,
time.
yeah.
Yes. Don't get angry. You're a little crazy, and that's exciting.
You are crazy. You like
As
the
crazy as I love
violence.
you. But I do want to make it out of here.
You love me?
So tell me again, what's the plan?
Knives or run?
Knives are run.
Here we go.
Ellie, can you craft a silencer out of a tin can yet? I really want them to bring that element to the game. It's a one, maybe two use shot.
Oh, wait,
Is this building just offices for the hospital?
Do you hear something?
Or is this the power plant for the hospital?
no.
Is this going down to the basement? Does this connect to the basement?
Lots of windows.
Oh, we don't
Let's be careful.
want to be in here. I feel like I definitely recognize this place. We should probably leave. Oh, it's a stalker.
I think it's a smart one.
It's a
The
stalker.
one that stalked me at the supermarket.
Okay, but you kill that one, so we can kill this one too, right?
Yes, I killed it. Not before it got me.
Fucking bit you.
Was I supposed
Yeah.
to tell you? You would have.
I hate the way these things moan. As they're stalking you, just oh. Oh, there's two of them. Christ Almighty.
Let's go back the way we came.
If we run, they're gonna chase, so we have to go slow.
Okay, guns it is.
Dina, I can get bit a lot. You can't. Do as I say. Go!
Stab it. Stab it quick. Oh my god. Dina, you gotta be a better shot. Why is that thing so strong? Jesse. Gimme Jesse. Gimme Jesse. Gimme Jesse. Gimme Jesse. Jesse and Tommy. That looks like Jesse.
get bit?
Let's fucking go. All day, baby.
We gotta go.
All fucking day, Jesse, baby.
Go!
Whew. Yeah, okay. So the reason they don't go in that building is because of all the stalkers.
The park! We can lose them in there! Come on!
Oh, but no, there's whistling in the park. You don't want to go in there. Oh no, there's whistling in the park. There's whistling in the park.
Whoa, stop. We don't go in there.
Jesse,
What?
how did you find us?
The map you left in the theater. Impressive triangulation, by the way.
Thanks, that was old Dina.
Trust me, I didn't think it was you.
How did you find the theater?
Do I look like I want to fucking talk to you right now?
You came alone?
No. Me and Tommy.
Okay.
I can't believe they sent you after us.
They didn't. But you two were gonna die out here. So we snuck out the next night. It's a good thing we did.
You know what would have been pretty
So
fucking
it's
good?
just,
Up until what?
just a reverse of what they did with Tommy.
Till we weren't.
You would have died.
So what now?
Find a way out. Get back to the theater, shelter for the night. Meet up with Tommy. And then we all go home.
No. Ellie.
No! It's the whistling. The spooky whistling in the park. Oh, and we're gonna see this too. Yo.
No, wait. I know things. I know what Isaac is planning. I can help you.
We have no interest in your words, for the corrupted soul knows only lies. He is nested in sin.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Harry is free.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I'll leave them away. Get her out. Go! I'll meet you back in the theater. Fucking go!
You won't get away, Wolf. She sees you. She watches over us all.
I like that guy's voice, but scary guy. And this makes sense why Ellie separates. In the game it's because Dina's too sick from pregnancy. I was concerned earlier when they were like making Dina kind of the gung-ho one of the two of them. I was like, how are they going to separate? How are they going to make this work? But if they make Dina literally get injured,
May she guide us.
May she guide us.
we're going to kill that girl. I need Abby to bash that girl's brains in. You look like you enjoyed this too much. Oh, give me the... Oh, it's not quite the poster, but close enough. Now to a parking garage, maybe. Hospital. All right. Actually, I like the way they did this. So many people last episode were like mad that things were slightly different. It's like, watch the next episode. They might resolve it. And they did. Go underwater. Go underwater, kill a PSP wielding individual.
It was a critter or something. clear.
Nora. This actress that plays Nora is going to be the lead in Naughty Dog's next game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, or whatever it's called. This is the room. This is the room. You remember me. Yeah, you remember me.
Put that shit down. Hands up, turn around.
Oh, dear.
You remember me? Yeah, you remember me. Where's Abby?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
You shoot me, the sound will have every soldier come running.
You'll still be dead.
We could have killed you.
Maybe you should have. Or maybe you should have stayed the fuck out of Jackson. Nora. Where's Abby?
Is she gonna say her line that makes you want to kill her?
You saw it happen.
But that little bitch got what he deserved.
Should ever have to see something like that. Stop. Sometimes at night I still hear his screams.
That little, yeah. Say it.
Yeah, the little bitch got what he deserved.
You just throw acid on you?
Intruder! Intruder! Shooter!
Oh god, it's exactly like the game. You're just hauling ass, chasing her down. And elevator shaft.
No.
Elevator shaft. Hey, yo. She's gonna try and get across. Oh my god. We're taking us down here. Girl, you don't want to be down here. They know what this means. Oh, the spores. You can already see it in the air. And yeah, they better seal this off, otherwise it's just gonna infect that whole hallway. Yo, and there's a lot of dust and a lot of spores down there. Yo. That is the scariest thing in the world. Is this Leon? He looks Asian. Yeah, Leon Park. Give me that red lighting, baby. Oh my god, it's perfect. And she's the one that didn't believe that Ellie was immune.
Spores. We're breathing spores. We're infected. You killed us both.
Did I?
She's fine. Yep.
Where's Abby?
Don't you know what he did?
I don't care.
You don't care.
She did. At one point, she did.
Everyone in that hospital, including the only fucking person alive that can make a cure from you. That was Abby's father.
That's why she hated Joel at the beginning of the season. God, she looks so evil.
I know.
Oh, she gonna make this hurt. Oh my God.
Where's Abby?
She gonna make this hurt. Oh my God, that's such a big pipe too.
Where is she?
No.
Oh.
Where is she?
Ellie is psychotic.
Where is she?
Jesus. Ellie, Ellie, Ellie. Oh, flashback. No!
Hey, kiddo.
Ellie, you want to go to the science museum?
Hi.
Oh, next episode is going to be the science museum. God damn. Now, to all the people saying Ellie wasn't angry enough, look at the fucking screen. God. And you know, part of me last episode was like, hey, I can somewhat see it. In the game, she's a lot angrier because it's like the next day. This, she's had 3 months to mourn, to cope. Of course, she's not going to be immediately as angry, but as soon, I think I said this in my post-episode discussion last time, as soon as she encounters her first member of Abby's crew, the anger will be there. Okie dokie, people. The hospital. The hospital just happened. Oh man, this is this episode. This is for the people that have been like, there has been like a contingent of people over the course of the season that have been saying things like, Ellie's not angry enough. She's not obsessive enough. She doesn't want this enough. Like, she's spending too much time with Dina. Right? Like, she hasn't entered this obsessive stage of the journey yet. Like, people have been like, hey, why does this feel more like a camping trip? Like, why are they so, like, jolly on this revenge mission, right? And it's like, just have some patience. Like, just be a little patient, right? Like, if you think about it for longer than 10 seconds, you have an answer. And, like, one, in the game, Ellie and Dina, they set out on their journey, like, a couple days, like, within a week of Joel dying. So, that event is fresh. Like, it is real fresh in their minds. So it absolutely makes sense that in the game, Ellie is very, like, freshly angry. She is still, like, enraged, and she is a little bit obsessive and a little bit angry towards even her companions, and she's a dick, and she's short with people, and she's really, like, singularly focused. And part of that, I mean, there's 1,000 different elements to why, right? In the game, like, I don't think people realize, like, because of the way the game was structured, you can't structure it the same way for a television show. And so when you make this a television show, you do have to shift some things around, right? You have you have the dance much earlier, right? Like in the game, you see the aftermath of the dance right away, but you don't get the actual dance scene for a while. And then you get the weed smoking scene in the weed den. And Ellie and Dina are like intimate with each other a lot earlier on. And so you go the whole game with these two individuals being in love, and you kind of witness them bond, but also their relationship deteriorate in different ways. And Ellie's super angry, and Dina's just kind of along for the ride. And there are elements of that don't fully make sense. You're like, why would Dina come along for this? You know, she didn't know Joel that well. She's just in love with Ellie. And they give Dina a reason to be there. Like, she cared about Joel deeply. And they really flesh out Dina's backstory as well, where they're like, hey, this sort of thing, her, a family member being killed by an outsider, a raider, is very personal to Dina. And to have essentially her second father be killed that way, like, this is gonna be very personal to Dina. And then couple in the fact that she's in love with Ellie. Like, it's gonna be personal. She's gonna care. Like, it's there. And then, yeah, Ellie and Dina, they're falling in love on this journey. They're gonna be a little lighthearted. Like, these characters, to their core, are lighthearted, goofy individuals. Yeah, they're on a revenge mission, but like that doesn't completely change who they are as people. Now, one element to Ellie's character that hasn't really been explored a ton is Ellie's love and desire of violence. This is something they've been seeding in since literally, I feel like, episode 1 or 2 of season 1, in ways that they didn't fully do in the game. Like, if you remember the scene where they're escaping from Boston or whatever, and Joel tackles that Fedra agent and kills him, a lot of times like, the first time you watch it, you're probably very focused on Joel, right? Because he's reliving the death of his daughter, and he's preventing that for another kid, right? It's just a very visceral memory for him. But if you watch in the background, as Joel is beating this man to death, Ellie kind of like slinks to the side in this like jungle cat predator-esque like haunch, and like she is extremely focused on what's happening, and she likes it. Like, she is very into that violent aspect. And then in the gas station, when she kills that infected that was down there, she slowly slides that knife in. Like, there's an element to Ellie that loves the violence and will absolutely engage in it whenever she can. Dina called her out a little bit in this episode. She's like, every single time you start shooting, like, because that's who Ellie is. And then you couple that with, Joel being murdered in front of her eyes. Like, combine those two elements, that event with that element of Ellie, and you are gonna get an obsessive, violent individual who's gonna stop at nothing to kill these people, right? And so, like, that comes to fruition in this episode. Like, fully comes to fruition. People were being like, hey, she's a lot more violent and angry in Seattle at this point. And it's because in Seattle, I think it's before the TV station, right? I think it's before the TV station that we encountered Jordan. Jordan is a character in the game that isn't in the show. He was a member of Abby's crew that was there when Joel died. I think we encounter him before the TV station, or maybe right after. Because we're also looking for Leah at that point. Jordan and Leah are, like, together. They're, like, lovers or whatever. It might be it's around the same time. I can't remember if it's immediately before or immediately after the TV station, but a bomb goes off. We get knocked down into a room. Jordan is there, and then Ellie kills Jordan, and so like she's already engaged in the act of murdering these people much earlier on than we see it now. Like by the time we get to the hospital, she's already killed Jordan. She's already like committed acts of violence against these people. She is in it. She's ready. And then in the game, when Ellie finds out that Dina is pregnant, she's initially angry at her. She's like, "You are a liability to me now. Like, why did I even bring you? Like, you might have ruined this mission, being here and being pregnant and being sick. Like, what are you doing?" Like initially, extremely angry. She cools down a bit after, and Ellie goes out into Seattle on her own because Dina is back at the theater sick, right? She's like throwing up, fainting, whatever, because she's so pregnant and sick. And so people were like, "What the heck? Ellie's not angry at her. Like, why is this lovey-dovey? How are they gonna separate? They're going on this mission together." People have been asking basically since like episode 2 or episode 2 or 3, like, where the heck is Tommy? Because in the game, Tommy leaves before Ellie and Dina, and then Jesse comes after to come get them. But yeah, Tommy, he leaves like right away, and part of the reason Dina and Ellie go out is to bring him back. And so people were like, "You're completely butchering the game. Like, how are you even gonna make this work?" And it's like, maybe wait 5 minutes and see if they answer that question for you. Like, until they get to the point of the story that requires Tommy to be there and they still haven't brought him, okay, then get angry. Like, like if we go through the whole sniper sequence and we end Seattle Day 3 at the theater and that event happens and there's no Tommy involved, then get angry. Then be like, "Yo, what the heck? This is important. Why was he not involved?" But when you haven't hit a point in the story that demands Tommy's presence, don't get upset that they left in the opposite order. Like, he's still here. Like, we know that him and Jesse left following Ellie and Dina because they knew they were going to get themselves killed. It's a literal exact reversal of the game, and it works perfectly. So I'm not upset about that in the slightest. Like, this episode is like just so clearly just like, hey, maybe just have a little bit of patience and and things will work out. I mean, even myself earlier in the episode when Dina is the one getting angry and emotional about Ellie potentially wanting to go back to the theater, her being like, "Hey, we can go back." I was like, okay, interesting. Like, interesting choice. I wonder, like, this is an interesting change from the game, right? Because in the game, Ellie's the angry, obsessive one, the emotional one, and Dina is the one that's like, "Hey, maybe we should chill a minute." But I think this makes Dina so much more engaging of a character. Like, Dina was a great character in the game. She's a character everybody loves, but also she's really just a passenger to this whole thing until like the second half of the game, right? Like, she's just along for the ride. She doesn't have any real motivations or desires other than going with Ellie, helping Ellie complete her mission. Like, the fact that they made this entire thing so much more personal to Dina is incredible. I love it. And they didn't take away any of the obsessiveness of Ellie. They just said, "Hey, like, just wait a minute, it's coming." Like, it's gonna be a thing. Like, when you see them giggling and laughing and telling each other they love each other, like, that's cute and precious, and it's gonna hurt so much more when you see Ellie beat Nora with a pipe. Like, it's contrast, baby. Like, it's coming. Like, there's small little moments here and there where you get glimpses of Ellie's obsessiveness, of like the PTSD every time she touches a guitar. She plays the first like 6 seconds of of future days in this, which I assume we're gonna see later on at some point when Joel teaches her that song. But it happens exactly like in the game, where she just touches it and she just plays briefly and then puts it down, and it's beautiful and it's amazing. And then you have Ellie and Dina. They're like, okay, we're going on this mission, we're gonna find him. In the game, Ellie just does all that on her own. Right? Because Dina's sick. In this, Dina's not sick, right? She's still pregnant, but like she's not sick. So she goes along with her, and they enter into the building with all the stalkers, which I think might happen before. I don't remember exactly when that happens in the game. It might happen before they even reach the theater, possibly. I don't 100% remember. But they go in that room, and they're like, why are they not patrolling this area? Like, it's a huge area. This could be very valuable to them. Why aren't they patrolling? And I was wondering, I was like, is this going down? Like, are they leading into the hospital? Like, into the basement of the hospital? How are they going to make this work? I'm like trying to put the puzzle pieces together in my head. And then I recognized some of the like piping and like the gas canisters and stuff, and I was like, oh, we don't want to be here. Like, this is bad. Like, it's you want to leave immediately. And yeah, in the game, I mean, you enter multiple buildings that have multiple stalkers in them, and they're the worst to deal with because they're quiet. You can't see them when you're doing enhanced listening mode. You just have to like be surprised when they attack you. It's horrifying. And the fact that they go into this room and there's like 17 clickers is insane. Like, that's crazy. And they're gonna die. Like, they would have died if Jesse doesn't show up. And I think Jesse shows up roughly around the same time in the game. I think Jesse shows up after Ellie. No. What? I think Ellie like gets in a fight or something. Like, she gets into an altercation. I know she jumps over a wall. And then and Jesse's there, and he takes her by surprise, and people were so mad because in the game, Jesse, that's how it happens in the game, but in the trailers beforehand, that sequence, they swapped out the character models of Jesse and Joel. So Ellie jumps over the wall and Joel is there, and he's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, kiddo? You really gonna go through with all this? and she's like, what are you doing here? Like, in the trailer, you're led to believe Joel's gonna be along for the ride for a while, and then in the game it's Jesse. And people were mad. People wanted to sue Naughty Dog for like false advertisement. It's like crazy stuff. But they have a whole sequence. I think it's after. No, it might be before the hospital, because at some point they get to, I think it's a mall. I think in like another mall in Seattle. Like, they go through a whole sequence where they're together, and then people show up on boats. I'm pretty sure. And then Ellie takes one of those boats and makes her way to the hospital as Jesse goes back to the theater. Because I think at that point he knows Dina's pregnant. And so, yeah, they go their separate ways, I'm pretty sure. And then Ellie gets to the hospital, kills Nora, yada, yada, yada. All that jazz happens. In this, he shows up to save the day. They would have died. And they go into some interesting insights surrounding Ellie and Jesse at this point in the story, where like it's kind of like this weird love triangle, and Ellie a little bit feels threatened by Jesse. Like, he shows up to save the day when Ellie couldn't protect Dina. And she feels slightly embarrassed because, you know, he's like a higher up at Jackson. He's on the council. And she's like, it was going great until he's like, until it wasn't. Like, I don't even want to talk to you right now. And it's just like, it's embarrassing for her. She's emasculated in a way. Like, just feels like a little bit of a failure, a little bit of an embarrassment because she couldn't protect Dina, and they run away and they make their way into the woods. This moment in the game is the scariest shit ever, because I think this point in the game is like the first time you encounter Seraphites. Like you see their like paintings and the blood and stuff at different places, and you're like, what is this weird religion that popped up? And then you find yourself in the woods and whistling starts happening, and you're like, what is that? And then arrows. And you're like, oh my god. It is horrifying. It's the scariest thing in the world. And it's like you witness them do this ritual where they start to hang a person and then they disembowel them, and it's like, brother. Like, they're relishing in the violence. It's crazy. Similar things happen to other characters later in the game that we are much more sympathetic to. They use their hammers more to like break bones during that sequence, and it's like, what is this? Like, who are these people? This is horrifying. But then Dina takes an arrow to the thigh, and her and Jesse, they got a dip. Ellie's like, take her, get her out of here, which makes sense. Like, Ellie has to be separated from Dina somehow. People are complaining about that. Like, how's this gonna work? That's how it's gonna work. Look at the fucking screen. Like, just be patient for 5 goddamn seconds. Just pissing me off. And so, yeah, they're getting away, and they go opposite directions. Ellie, she's leading them away, and then she sees a door. She sees a door that says hospital, and they pointed this out in the post episode. I didn't notice it immediately in the moment, but she has a moment where she makes a choice. She looks back. She has no idea at this point if Jesse and Dina made it out, if they're safe. Like, she knows that she like led those people away, and she could turn back. She could turn around and go try and see if they're safe and help them escape. She has no idea, right? Like, it's a ways back to the theater. It was a little bit of a trek, a jaunt, if you will, a hop, skip, and a jump away. And Ellie cares about both of these people, and she could go back to help them get back to the theater. But instead, she sees the door that says hospital, and she says, or she didn't say it, but she thinks, I'm going to go get Nora. I'm going to go kill that person. And she goes in there. She goes in there, and we get an damn near exact recreation of the scene in the game. I mean, there's certain scenes that you have to just do one for one. And the scene of Ellie and Nora in that room is so good. Because Ellie's like, you remember me? Yeah, you remember him. Like, she sees it in her eyes that she knows who she is. That she's the person she held down. In that moment, Nora doesn't know that she's, the savior, possible savior of humanity. She just knows she's that girl that she held down. And Nora knows, like, she's like, yeah, like, that guy killed Abby's dad. And she's like, you're like, oh, it's so great, because at first you're thinking Nora is like really struggling with the events of what happened, because even if you go back and watch the episode, like, members of Abby's crew are struggling with what they are witnessing, right? Mel and Owen specifically are like, this is not right. And you think maybe Nora is having similar thoughts where she's struggling. And she's like, do you still hear his screams? I still hear his screams. And then pauses, and she says, and she hits her with, that little bitch got what he deserved. And it's like, bro, like, if you wanted people to hate Nora, like, that's all you gotta say. Like, it enrages Ellie, and the chase sequence, exact. It's exact. It's beautiful. And the I think in the game, I can't remember if Ellie tackles her down elevator shaft, or exactly how I think they might. It might have happened the exact same way. I don't know, but yeah, Nora's down there breathing spores, and Ellie takes her time. Now, the introduction of the spores is very interesting because obviously this is an element that is ever present in game 1 and beyond. Like, spores are just a gameplay element that you have to deal with constantly. Last episode, when Ellie gets infected by being bit in the game, she breathes in spores, like her gas mask. Dina's gas mask gets broken, and Ellie gives her a gas mask and breathes in the spores. And so people are like, "Why? It's different. It's not the same. I hate it." Like, they're just like, people are so impatient. Like, just let them show you what's gonna happen. But the whole sequence of the introduction to spores in this episode, where you have that officer talking about how she sealed them in, and how she sealed her own child in, is crazy, because they talked about in the post-episode discussion how we get to see someone who made the opposite choice of Joel, right? Someone who sacrificed their child for the greater good of the community, right? Joel sacrifices the community. Like, he sacrifices the saving of humanity for Ellie. He makes that decision. And a lot of people agreed with him. A lot of people were like, yeah, I would have made that decision. A lot of parents were like, yeah, I would have made that decision. And now we are presented with a parent who made the opposite decision, right? Like, when the child had an input, right? When the child had an input on what should happen, her son says, "Seal us in." Like, her child was like, yeah, like, in order to save everyone, you need to let me die. And she makes that decision. She seals him in. And there has been a lot of debate, specifically regarding whether or not Joel made the right decision to do this. They're like, hey, we don't know if a cure was possible anyway. Like, it might not have worked. Like, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, yeah. But the reason Ellie hates him at the beginning of this game and this show is because we know that Ellie would have wanted the opposite to happen. We know that if it were up to Ellie, she would have made the choice. People say, like, oh, she didn't know she was going to die. Like, they didn't tell her that. And it's like, okay, even if they did, Ellie would have still made the choice. Like, she would have done it. Like, that's one aspect that I don't get. Like, people bring that point up as like a, justification for Joel killing all these people. Being like, hey, they were gonna kill this child. They didn't tell her that she was gonna die. So? like, what do you mean? We know, fundamentally, we know. There are some things we know to the core about characters. And one of those things we know about Ellie is that she 1000%, without a shadow of a doubt, would have made that choice. Like, if they told her, hey, you're gonna die and this might not work, like, there is a slim chance that this works and you're gonna die for that slim chance, she would have done it without a second thought. She would have done that, no hesitation, right? Like, there's specific dialogue in the game when she's talking to Joel, and I imagine we're gonna see it, but she's talking to Joel and she's like, my life could have meant something. Like, this is something that is core to Ellie's being. Is she absolutely would have sacrificed herself for the greater good. Like, oh, it's not, and so people being like, they weren't gonna tell her that she was gonna die. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She would have gladly done it. I mean, maybe not gladly. She would have been upset and would have cried and said goodbye to Joel, and it would have sucked. But she would have done it, right? Like, leading up to the hospital, she says, everything that we've gone through, everything that I've done, it can't all be for nothing. And in the end it is, and that's why she hates Joel at the beginning of this. And and it's so crazy. Like, you see a parent who literally made the opposite decision. You know, her, like, because she had the input of her child. Joel didn't get that input from Ellie. Like, if Ellie had been like, hey, I'm doing this, like, this is a choice that I believe in, I want to make, I think Joel might have allowed her to do that. I don't think Joel would have killed all those people if him and Ellie had a chance to talk about it, and she really expressed to him, this is what I want. I don't think he would have done it. But given the fact that they never had that option in the game or in the show, because she was unconscious, yeah, Joel would make that decision 1,000 times, over and over. Because Joel, like, he makes a very selfish decision because he loves this girl. He's not going to let his daughter die again. It's just not something he can bring himself to go through. And so it's just crazy. Like, seeing another parent in the show make the choice to sacrifice her child to save everybody else. And it humanizes even more the WLF, right? Because up to this point, you know, we've seen a lot of things on both sides about the Seraphites and the Wolves being like, they're monsters, but then seeing individuals that have, you know, better sides to them, you know, like that they can be kind, loving people. And you see that with this woman, where she sacrificed her own child so that all these other people would live. Like, it's crazy, because we demonize these people, the Wolves in Abby's group, and then you see one of them who made a choice that is arguably morally a far superior decision than what the character we love in Joel made. like if it's a morals competition, she beats Joel 1,000 times, right? But we demonize these people, and we love Joel, and it's like, okay, like, how do we weigh that? But yeah, so her son is down there, sealed down with the Rat King, and the spores are down there, and Ellie and Nora go down there, and you, like, the set design is so good. Like, it's so creepy. You can see the spores just floating everywhere. You see these infected kind of just stuck in this perpetual stage of, you know, they're stuck to the wall, like William's dad in Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Like, they're just stuck there, and they're breathing spores, and it's awful. And you see Ellie just kind of like slowly meandering through this area. She turns on the power with the red lighting, and you can hear Nora. Nora's already struggling. It's already hitting her. It's already infecting her. And Ellie, breathing fine, just breathing fine, slowly stalking her prey because she knows she can't go anywhere. Right? She has her at a dead end, and she just methodically, just slowly makes her way, and it's all she wants to know. Where's Abby? Like, tell me. And Nora hits her with the, do you know what he did? Right? She's like trying to be like, hey, why are you doing it? Like, I get maybe you want revenge, but do you know what he did? Like, she's thinking maybe if you tell her what she did, Ellie will abandon this. And Ellie's like, yeah, I do know. I do know that he killed all of you for me. Like, at this point, she's fully aware. And that's a question people have wondered. Some people, if you haven't played the game, you're like, does she know? And yeah, she knows. Ellie fully knows what Joel did at that hospital. And she doesn't care at this point. Like, she did care at one point. At one point, she very much cared. You know, you could say at the dance, like up until the dance, and maybe leading into the night after the dance, Ellie very much cared, right? When Joel defends her, right? An act of defense upon Ellie's behalf, she flips out and she says, I don't want your fucking help, because she knows viscerally what that help meant, what that help what form that help has taken in the past with Joel massacring this hospital. And especially when you know deep down to Ellie's core, she would have sacrificed herself. She wanted her life to mean something. She wanted her death to mean something. And Joel took that from her, right? Like, in saving her, he salvaged, he literally saved her life, and he got more relationship with her for a while, but he took that from her. Like, that is something he absolutely stole from Ellie. That's how he wronged her. People were being like, how did he wrong her? Like, why is it that he considers saving her wronging her? Like, in the therapy scene, when she's like, did you wrong her? And he nods. He's like, yeah, I did wrong her. He knows what he did was wrong. Right? People arguing on Joel's behalf, being like, he made the right decision. Joel himself knows that he did the wrong thing. Right? He wronged Ellie in doing that. And yeah, he would make that decision 1,000 times again if it meant getting a few extra years with his daughter. Like, absolutely he would. Those are things that decisions that a lot of people make. People sacrifice tons and tons of money into medical care, into all these different things, into moving back home, to, you name it, to spend a little bit of extra time with, like, their aging parent, right? So would Joel massacre a bunch of people to get, another 5 years with Ellie? Absolutely. 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt, he would do that. And he expresses as much to her. But he also knows morally that it was wrong. And he knows exactly why Ellie hates him. He knows that he wronged her. And it's just like, at some point, Ellie found out, and we'll see that probably next episode, I assume. Next episode, we're definitely getting the Science Museum in. It's going to rip my heart out. But yeah, she finds out. I wonder if she's going to find out, if they're going to combine those two instances. Because in the game, there's an instance where they're at the Science Museum and all that stuff. And then there's another instance where, like... Well, actually, there's 3 separate instances, right? There's the Science Museum, I'm pretty sure. And then there's, I think, some, like, guitar strings or something. And there's Firefly, like, in the Science Museum, a Firefly symbol happens. In the second instance, I think they find some fireflies that were dead. And then in the third instance, she goes to the hospital and they have their confrontation. I wonder if they're going to combine all 3 of those events into next episode, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, she finds out at some point, and up to the dance and even after the dance, she hates him. But then the next day, she's like, hey, me and Joel, we're good. We fixed things. And everyone's like, okay, when the fuck did that happen? Like, why? And that's something I imagine we're still going to see is why they're chill now. And the mending that could have potentially happened, their relationship still wasn't perfect. There was a lot of, forgiveness and growth that could have still potentially happened. And then Abby killing Joel robs Ellie of all of that, of those future days. And that is why Ellie at this point is like, yeah, I know. And I don't care. Like, that, I've already dealt with that. Right now, I'm dealing with you. Like, you're going to tell me where Abby is. In the game, I think she has some lines where she's like, I could make this quick. Like, I could end this quickly if you tell me where Abby is. And Nora, I'm pretty sure, is still just like, no, like, she's not telling her. And in this, you just see Ellie start to go to work. She just starts to beat her. In the game, you have to do it. like that's something you have to physically do in the game, is you have to press the square button to beat Nora with a pipe. And it's an element of the game that you haven't really they haven't really driven it home in the show yet, but it is very much an element of the game of like the violence that you're committing. Like you have to do it, like and they make it uncomfortable to do. Like if you've played video games or you haven't played video games, you probably know throughout like the history of gaming, you kill so many NPCs, non-playable characters, non-person characters, and they're just oftentimes they're not even different from one another. They're literally the same carbon copy, NPC model that you just kill over and over again. And you don't really care. You kill thousands of people, right? I think in the Uncharted games, Nathan Drake kills hundreds or even thousands of individuals. In these two games, Ellie kills hundreds of people. Joel kills hundreds of people. And you never think about the NPCs that you're killing. But when you are telling a story about the effects of violence, like that each of these people are their own individuals, and when you kill them, you cause these ripple effects throughout their personal relationships, and those actions have consequences. In this game, they give each of those NPCs a name. Right? When they die, you hear their friend be like, "Oh no, they killed Jim! Like, they got Jim. He's dead." And he's like, "Oh shit, I killed Jim? Like, I didn't just kill some rando. I killed Jim." And then you kill their dogs, and, and you're doing these horrible things. Like, you're murdering people. And then you're presented with like some of the most violent things that Ellie could do. And in a lot of games, it probably would have been a cutscene. It would have been a cutscene where you just watch her go to work. You see her enter into this evil stage where she's just gonna torture this person. In this game though, they're like, no, you don't just get to watch her do this. You have to be an active participant in this happening. And it really, by the end of the game, you are very much like, Ellie, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, you kill so many people so violently and so horrifically, and you kill people that shouldn't be getting killed, that didn't deserve it, and you kill them in horrible ways, and that by the end, you're straight up like, Ellie, can you just stop? Please. Like, just stop. You're begging. Like, if you're if you're a person with morals and empathy, you're like, just stop. Like, you're begging Ellie to stop. If you're a person that like doesn't have empathy, which seemingly a lot of people that played this game just straight up didn't care, you get to the end of the game and those people are like, do it. Like, people were mad that you make a choice, that Ellie makes a choice not to do something at the end of this game. And the people hated it. They were like, worst fucking story ever. Big long revenge mission, and this is how it ends. And it's like, yeah, yeah, that's why it's a masterpiece. But yeah, you really, in that moment, you see how obsessed Ellie is. Right? She chose not to check on Dina and Jesse. She chose to go forward with her mission. She could have shot Nora. She could have just shot her in the face, like, as part of the revenge mission. As like, she knows Nora's not gonna tell her where Abby is, right? Like, it's not gonna happen. She's fully aware that Nora is not spilling this info, and she says, you know what? I'm putting this gun away. I'm putting it away, and I'm grabbing this pipe, and I am gonna beat you the way that Joel was beaten. Right? She is exacting revenge, and she is savoring it. Like, it is, oh my god, it is, it's brutal. And I imagine there's a lot of people that are gonna be like, yeah, Ellie, do it, like, get her. And I imagine there's gonna be some other people that are like, I don't like watching this. Like, I can imagine, I'm imagining Cassie from Popcorn in Bed. Side note, fantastic channel. She's amazing. She's also like like the epitome of like innocent, like not naivete, but like she's just so pure. And when Joel died, she's obviously devastated and she doesn't want to watch the show anymore. But like, I can imagine her getting to this moment where Ellie does this and just being like appalled and just baffled and shocked and being like, I don't like this at all. And it's like, yeah, it's gonna get so much worse. It's gonna get so much worse. Oh my god. And the fact that she's a mom, oh god, this is gonna be it's gonna be a tough journey for her. But it's like, it's just brutal. It's brutal. And so, this episode, like I was mentioning before, this episode addressed like every concern that I had. Like even the small concerns where I was like, okay, I'm curious why they're making this decision. Why is this happening this way? And then they're just like, answer. And it works. Structurally, it all works. It lines up. And it's just perfect. Like, it's fantastic. Like, of adaptations, you know, how adaptations go, things have to be shifted and changed. Oftentimes, things get cut, and you're like, man, that really sucks. And sometimes things get shifted around, and you're like, that really changes the story. Like, people were upset with some Wheel of Time decisions where they're like, hey, that really changes the story. And it's like, yeah, to a certain extent, but you're adapting 14 books into maybe 5 seasons of television. Like, things are going to be shifted and changed and cut and reordered and things like that. As adaptations go, this is probably the closest that I have ever seen an adaptation tread the line. Like, yeah, they're changing some things around, switching some things up because of the structure of television and the way that things need to be revealed and dialogue needs to happen, and the fact that there's no gameplay to tell some of these stories, and you know, like, the structurally things have to change to make this a reality. But the fact that they are getting things so one-to-one, so close, without seemingly sacrificing any of the spirit of the story at all, is masterful. It's crazy how they're doing that. And then they hit us. They hit us at the end with Joel walking into Ellie's room, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, you want to go on a field trip?" Rip my soul out. Oh god. It's gonna be so hard. It's gonna be so tough to watch. But yeah, this show's freaking incredible. It's so good. It's so goddamn good. Like, if I don't like people who are still, I guarantee I'm gonna go on Reddit and there's gonna be some people that are like, I just don't understand what they're doing. What the fuck do you mean? I've played this game 4 times and I've watched like 6 other people go through it, and it's like, this is perfect. Like, it's not perfect, but it's like as close to perfect as like you can get for an adaptation. When things can't be one, like, oh my god, it's so good. And the fact that people are still mad about it, like, brother, like, get a life. Jesus. I'm getting sweaty just talking about it. But yeah, this episode was fantastic. Like, I feel like every change they've made so far, they, like, even if they took a minute to explain it, like, there's some changes people were like, hey, what the frick? And then 2 episodes later, it happens. Like, people were like, hey, weed den scene? What the fuck? Why is this not happening? And then, you know, next episode, 2 episodes later, whatever, they have that scene in the tent where it's like, hey, that's the first half of this conversation. And then last episode, they have the second half of that conversation. And it's like, yeah. Like, just be patient. Like, Jesus Christ, people. Like, come on now. God. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I gotta say. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as long as they're like normal thoughts. Like, if you're gonna be like, this is garbage, woke, like, don't comment those things. If you have real thoughts and constructive criticism, definitely leave that down below. Or if you have praise of the show or praise of me, definitely put that in the comments. No, just leave all your thoughts down below. I'm very curious to see how you feel. Oh, I should have worn this shirt next episode. Frick, I might wear it again. But yeah, again, leave all your thoughts. I'm very curious to see what you guys thought. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the episode and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.